Hello and welcome. I've always wanted to 100% a PlayStation game for trophies, and I thought I would do it with this standalone DLC of Infamous. I played the other Infamous games, 1 and 2, and Second Son, but I never played this standalone, so I wanted to try to 100% this with all of you. So let's get going. Now there are about 14 trophies in total. We start in the underground and notice some people hurt, so we do as any hero would do and help. Once we got to the end of the tunnel, we tried and helped the last person when they jumped at us with some fangs.
Those fangers had got him. They'd opened up a vein in his neck and started dripping blood into some matchstick of a corpse. Cole's a conduit. He's superhuman. And his blood, whew, it did the trick. And her bite was like a pit bull with syringes for teeth. The more she drank, the prettier she got. Other vampires started crowding around, chanting her name. Bloody Mary! Bloody Mary! Yeah, Cole's blood had brought her back all right. In return, she gave him a little something on the side.
We meet Bloody Mary, who bit us, and immediately chase after her. About halfway through the underground, we go head to head against our first enemy. Once we defeat the vampire, we chase after Bloody Mary again until we reach the exit out of this vampire-infested place.
Staking other vampires won't make you any friends.
8 hours until sunrise.
Cole had made it out of the catacombs. He couldn't escape what he'd become. He was thirsty.
Once outside, we are immediately thirsty and saw the first thing that would quench our thirst.
Cole had drunk her dry. He didn't choose to do it. Instinct had taken over. But her blood was now on his hands and in his veins.
You're one of us now. Embrace your new life. It's wonderful.
After the drink, we learned our first vampiric power, which let us fly through the sky in a form of bats.
Wonderful, isn't it? Of course, to fuel such powers, you'll need more blood. Rivers of juicy, warm, human blood. Drink them dry. The blood of lovers is a taste to be savored.
Once we landed, we took prey on our next victim. This started our progress on one of the trophies who drank 100 victims' blood.
That's it. Keep your strength up. My children are going to test you tonight.
Right after, Zeke gave us a call to give us our first mission.
Back against the vampire who bit me, but she gets inside my head and takes control. Bloody Mary says that come sunrise, I'll be your slave.
Okay. Look, brother, we've been through weirder stuff than this. Now, it can't be a coincidence that they showed up on Pirate Night. There's gotta be a connection. What with all these demon decorations and whatnot.
Yeah, okay. It's a start. And maybe I'll run into a few vampires there.
Hey, that's the spirit.
Once we got to our destination, we were ambushed by a group of vampires on the stage. This started our trophy for sticking vampires. On our way to the next mission, we fought more vampires and drank more human blood. Once we got to the next mission, we were met with 3 new types of vampires that apparently like to use guns.
My girls were eager to meet you. Try to keep your arms and legs attached.
In the middle of the fight, I grabbed the first person next to me for a drink, which gave us our first trophy. We finally defeated the vampires with guns and earned our next ability.
Alright, man, it's really looking like it was a...
On our way to the next objective, we fought some more vampires towards another trophy. Once we arrived, we were forced to watch a show about the backstory of Bloody Mary and how she became to be.
Come on and let me take y'all back in time, friend. Shadows that he spotted her. A vile woman, feeding on a man's flesh. And as fast as a thought, she was gone, taking refuge in the crypts beneath the city. That very night, Ignatius rallied his fearful parish to action, leading the way down into the crypts. And as they came upon the nest of sinners, he held aloft his holy barbed cross, and the sinners scattered like cockroaches from its holy light.
Alright, Zeke.
After the show, we fought more vampires and presented more victims for the next trophies.
My friend had been a...
Once we fought enough vampires, we earned our next upgrade to our abilities. On the next mission, we were met with another vampire type, the firstborns.
Hey, Z, looks like I'm a little late. Vampires the cross.
We used our vampire sense to find where the firstborn ran off to.
What is this?
This led us to these jars, which could start another trophy to progress with.
Where anyone could find them, a kid.
After finding the firstborn among the humans, we staked it, which started our next trophy. At the end of the mission, we found another firstborn which we had to kill to move on to the next mission.
Okay. Where's the cross?
Which we found the barbed cross case, but it was completely empty.
Box is empty. The only thing inside...
4 hours until sunrise. After the mission, we fought more vampires and earned our next upgrade. After fighting a few more vampires, we earned our next trophy for staking 100 vampires.
Busted.
We also found a few more firstborns hiding, which earned us our next ability. After finding and fighting a few more vampire packs, we earned our next trophy of taking out 20 vampire packs. I decided to find more firstborn to stake and was able to find the rest I needed for the trophy.
Sadly, the father will also be delayed in his journey, for I must confess that I converted him to a new religion that night. And as his new lord, I will demand a longer term of service than was required by his previous employer.
Right after, I found some glyphs which were Mary's teachings. After finding 5, it gave us the next upgrade for our vampire sense. The enhanced vampire sense gave us the ability to see where all the jars were, so I decided to hunt the rest of them to get the trophy to breaking all of them. The first trophy for the jars was to break half of them. While getting the rest of the jars, I spotted a vampire balloon, which I really wanted to pop. Once I popped it, it gave us the next trophy for popping a balloon. After popping a balloon, I went hunting for the jars again. I realized I earned another trophy for flying in the air for a certain amount of distance. I eventually found the rest of the jars and got the silver trophy for finding all 100 jars in the game. Right after, I decided to find the rest of Mary's teachings to get the next silver trophy for finding all of them.
An abomination. Men condemn my feedings as the worst kind of sin, but their judgments are naive and short-sighted.
Once that was done, I was trying to thin the human population, which gave us the next trophy for biting 100 humans. We went back into the underground since one of the trophies required you to go from one side to the other when there are no missions going on down there. In the next mission, we were back in the underground and had to break some generators and try and find the cross.
White phosphorus will set fire to anything.
The cross was not there again.
Oh, I got you covered on that cross. Just spotted a big old bloodsucker with it. Guy's just circling around. You watch yourself, Cole. This smells like a trap.
I don't have much of a choice. I need that thing.
One hour until sunrise. Once on the service, we met with Zeke and saw that the firstborn has the cross.
Yeah, I gotta go for it, Zeke. If I don't whack Mary in the next few hours, I'm gonna be a puppet. She threatened to dress me up in a sailor outfit, Zeke.
Let's see you fly, night flapper.
So we chased after it, staked it, and got the cross. Now is the final fight, where we are fighting against many vampires while trying to stake Bloody Mary. We finally get to her and gave her the final blow with the cross, which we then had to endure the pain of the sun as we try and get out of there.
You feel it now? Oh, you're mine, vampire. Forever.
Follow my voice. Come on, man. I'll see you through. Come on, man. That's it.
No, no!
Once out, Zeke triggered the explosions and blew up Bloody Mary, which ended the vampiric curse and earned us a gold trophy for defeating Bloody Mary. With 2 trophies left, I decided to do some online missions, or UGC missions, which other people create. They range from fighting vampires, watching fireworks, or whatever this is. Yeah. Once I finished 10 UGC missions, I earned the last of the abilities and earned the trophy for having all the abilities. After finishing 10 more missions, I earned a final trophy for completing 20 UGC missions. The story is very short in the game, but it was fun to be a vampire with electric powers and defeat Bloody Mary. This trophy took me about 3 to 4 hours to get all the trophies. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next 100%.